Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's look is inspired by St. Patrick's Day that's coming up March 17th. It does land on a Friday this year, so that should be interesting and fun. I think it's a week and a half to go, or I don't know what day it is today, so whatever. But I did use green eyeshadows, of course. I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, AMREZY edition, and I also use the Morphe Kathleen Lights palette. Those two greens, gorge together, along with other different eyeshadow colors, of course. And for today's highlight, as you can see, I actually used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Nicole Guerriero palette. Guerriero? I still don't know how to pronounce her name. Fuck. And you know what, to be honest with you, now that I'm playing with it and I'm trying out with different looks and such, it is pretty fucking bomb, to be honest with you. I even used one of her shades as an inner corner highlight. That worked out pretty well. So yeah, if you want to see how I did this look today, keep on watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks.
So I start off using a moisturizer from Murad, skin perfecting lotion. I've been using it for a few years now and I just love it. After I moisturize, my latest obsession is from LUSH Cosmetics, the Magical Moringa primer for the face. It just feels so velvety soft. Here I'm just showing you guys the different greens we're going to use. This one's from the Morphe Kathleen Lights. Then go ahead into the AMREZY Anastasia palette, that green. And we're going to go ahead and use that beige to just pack on the lid, creating kind of like a base. I like to use a light beige base as far as eyeshadow goes. It all depends, I guess, on what kind of look I'm creating. So yeah, you just pack it on. Here I'm using a kind of flat brush here. This one is from Sonia Kashuk, the line that Target carries. Pretty good brushes. I have a few kits from her. Good quality, no complaints. And yeah, just keep on packing it. Now I'm taking a kind of semi-small round brush, going into the green eyeshadow from Morphe palette, Kathleen Lights. I like to create somewhat of like a cut crease, but it's not really. It's just a guideline as far as where your eyeshadow is gonna go. I wanted to create. It's gonna be kind of like a smoky eye. I don't know the name of it. I mean, I don't know. It's just I don't have like a name for the eyeshadow that I'm trying to do, but I would say it would be like a green smoky eye. Again, I just kind of just go with the flow. And yeah, so here I'm just making myself a guideline as far as where I want the green eyeshadow to go. Another flat round brush, and so I'm gonna take the green. It's like a darker green from the AMREZY palette. I want to create like an outer corner V, so you make like a V sideways. Here I'm taking caramel color from the AMREZY palette. It's kind of like a burnt orange. Putting it in my crease for a nice transition. I'm big on using orange colors as far as blending wise. It is going to be a green eyeshadow look, but that doesn't necessarily mean that all of our eyeshadows that we're using are going to be green, because that would just be insane. As you saw in the beginning of the video, we used a kind of beige off-white eyeshadow to pack on the lid. And as you can see now, we're using that caramel light burnt orange look in the crease for a nice transition color. Other than orange, a nice mauve would look nice. Even a pinkish color would look nice. Any neutrals, light browns would look nice. Any neutrals would go great, to be honest. Um, and again, I keep on coming back to the greens because I obviously want it to stand out in the video, and in the look. And I go just back and forth with those two greens because one is kind of like a shimmery color, the Kathleen lights green, and the AMREZY green is more of like a deep army green, emerald. And what am I doing here? Oh, you see, it's going back and forth. Wow, this one's really dark. I love it. So yeah, so I always keep the V. See how I'm going just V, like an outer corner V, using that brush. I don't want to take the green all the way into my eye, kind of just lining my eye with that. I don't bring it past the middle of my eye as far as the bottom part goes. And yeah, there was a lot of fallout, unfortunately. There I was just showing you. Um, a lot of the times with dark eyeshadows, I always do my eyes first. As you can see, I didn't do my foundation yet. I'm always going to moisturize and prep my skin, do my eyes, do my eyeshadow, and later on do the foundation because the fallout, no matter what kind of eyeshadow it is, I just feel like I always get some type of fallout um, going on, and it just sucks if you have foundation on already on your face, you know? You don't want to mess up your foundation. So here with a clean brush, fluffy blending brush, I just went ahead and just blended everything out. I always try to do that after I do any step of eyeshadow. Either if it's packing on the lid or building up that smoky eye look, blending a crease. I always like to stop, use a clean brush, and blend everything out. It just makes everything so much smooth and just nicer looking. Blend, blend, blend. That is the magic key. Magic word, I should say. Looking good. And I just wanted to say, guys, I am sorry about the lighting. Um, I know my face looks weird. It looks like yellow, orange. I'm just having so much problems looking for the right lighting. I'm actually sitting in front of a window here, so I thought it would be better, but this is honestly probably the best position in my house at this point. I am going to be investing in some soft lighting, maybe a Diva light soon, and that should be a lot better. So here I am. I picked up the beige that we started off with again. And I'm taking that and I'm packing it on the lid once again just to make it pop because it did get a little bit covered with the green. And you really use just any color, any light neutral color on the lid. A pink would be nice. A really like chalky white would be great. Beige. Any color would be great. Now I'm cleaning the fallout. See, this is exactly why I didn't have the foundation on, because I already knew. But yeah, you could just use a makeup wipe, whatever, clean out the fallout. And, you know, it always just, it's kind of good in a way, because, like, right there, you clean the edge of the eyeshadow, so everything just looks clean and perfect. So foundation, I kind of speeded it up here. I'm using the Urban Decay All Nighter foundation, the matte. I'll list the color down below. With a damp beauty blender, I'm sorry. A lot of people, a lot of my friends have had problems with it. It does oxidize, fair warning. But with a damp beauty blender, I feel like it works perfectly well. I like it as a full coverage foundation. Here I am, I just take a fluffy foundation brush from Sephora and I'm just blending it downwards towards my chin because that's the biggest pet peeve of mine as far as blending. For concealer, I'm using Urban Decay Naked concealer. I believe it's in the color Light. Again, I'll list everything I use down below. Sorry, you guys can't even see it. I mean, the light sucks again. I know. Ugh. Anyways. So just, again, with the same damp beauty blender, I tap it out, blend it out. I always blend it upwards, so it creates a nice kind of cut right there for your eyeshadow. With a dry beauty blender, I dip it into my RCMA baking powder, finishing powder, whatever. And then I put it on top of my concealer that I just tapped out. Fortunately, here, I literally got some in my eye.
I got some in my fucking eye.
Yeah, that shit hurt like a bitch. So yeah, don't do that. Don't get into your eye. But I've heard about that powder for years. Everybody over YouTube, and YouTube is like, went ape shit over it. And I finally got my hands on it maybe like a month or two ago. And I've just been loving it. I love baking as far as makeup goes. I like to bake while I either do my eyeshadow or I usually just bake for a short period of time while I do my eyebrows. It does keep your concealer from cracking under your eyes. It just creates like a smooth finish and I love it. I'm addicted. So here I'm using my Sephora eyebrow pencil. I like to brush my eyebrows first because they're a little cray-cray sometimes. Keep them in check. And then we're going in with my Sephora eyebrow pencil in rich chestnut. I was a big Brow Wiz fan, and I did purchase like 3 or 4 of them until I discovered this eyebrow pencil from Sephora. And to be honest, it's really good. I mean, I know Brow Wiz, it's all the rave and shit, but this Sephora pencil is probably like half of the price. No, I'm lying. I think it's like 14 bucks, I think. And the Brow Wiz, I think it's like 20 or 18, whatever. But I'm a die-hard fan of this brush, and it's if I could save a few bucks, fuck it, you know. But I mean the thing I use from Anastasia, her brow line, is definitely the pomade. I've tried a few other pomades and nothing can compare to her brow pomade. That shit is just bomb. Oh, I'm sorry. So here, with the pencil, what I do is I just line the bottom of my eyebrow, and then I line the top of my eyebrow, like an outline. I just create an outline, and I don't go into it, like into the eyebrow with the pencil. That's what the pomade is for, and that's what's coming up next. So with the same pencil that I brushed my eyebrows with, the other end is a brush which I dip into the pomade, and then I just kind of color in my eyebrows. And I actually do go over that line I created with the eyebrow pencil. no two eyebrows are alike, and I definitely always have like a favorite eyebrow. One comes out better than the other one, and I mean, I could go on for hours trying to perfect them, but at the end of the day, whatever. I try my best. You're gonna see here, I fucked up, and something happened to like the beginning of one of them, and I'd have to, I get a Q-tip to clean it up. They really help a lot to like clean up my eyebrows. I love them. Or my eyeliner, or if my mascara gets on my face, or whatever the case may be. Here I went in with another, sorry, blending brush. I went in with a darker orange actually. I love the look it gave. It's kind of like dimensional, gave it more of like depth. I love it. And then again here, I'm just touching up the green, making sure that it still pops out, because I do still want the green to pop in the color and not just be kind of like a washed out type of green. More blending. It's all about the blending. It really is. I feel like now that you have your eyebrows, your foundation, you could really go in and like just, give the final touches and make sure that you're happy with the final product. Here I'm using black eyeliner, liquid eyeliner from NYX. Actually, this is NYC. Um, it's so old that there's no lettering on the tube. That's how old it is. But it's probably one of the best. I mean, I think it was only like $2 or $3 years ago. I think it might still is. I don't even know if they still make it, to be honest. But as far as liquid black eyeliner that you want it to be matte and never crack on you, this is definitely it. And again, eyeliner is the same thing as eyebrows. No two is going to be alike, unfortunately, and this could go into a bitch of a mission to even out. And I mean, this will go 0 to 100 real quick, to be honest, because you try to even it out and then you make one thicker than the other, and it just goes to hell from there. So the only thing I try to do is, as long as the lines are straight and not crooked or crackly and they look somewhat even, that's fine with me. Only downside about this eyeliner is that it does leave residue on your eyelashes. Here I am just cleaning that off, because once you put your mascara and eyelashes on, you kind of don't want that on your own eyelashes. And even worse, if you blink too hard, it could transfer onto your foundation or onto your eyeshadow. Here I'm prepping my eyelashes for my falsies. You can use any mascara, doesn't matter, but I'm using Better Than Sex. The false lashes I'm using for today's look is going to be the Violet Voss. Not sure which eyelashes they are, but again, I'll list them down below. And yeah, definitely going in with that mascara. So I didn't record the whole thing as far as putting my eyelashes on. If you guys want a separate video on that, because obviously I couldn't even like let you guys see it. I could make a separate video as far as putting how do I put on my eyelashes, so on and so forth. I'm not too happy. I have this crappy eyelash glue that kind of sucks, to be honest with you. I don't know what happened to my other eyelash glue. I like the lash glue that has a brush that you could, brush onto your lashes. This one just sucks. So here I'm going in with a Morphe powder blush and, brush, Morphe brush. And just cleaning up that RCMA powder we had on earlier. Kind of just dusting it off. Wiping like my oily T-zone for the residue. And then we're going into the lower lash line with the same green colors that I used on the top. And we're going in with the lower lash line on the bottom. You don't have to do this part. Like, if you're not a big fan of lower lash lines, anything on your lower lash line, I could totally understand as far as not putting anything on that bottom line. My eyes tear a lot, so I could understand if you guys skip this part. After the eyeshadow on the lower lash, I just go in with some mascara. I believe this is Estee Lauder. It does give it that, I feel like putting mascara on your lower lash, it does make your eyes pop a lot more, and gives you that like sexy, sultry look that you want to go for. As far as contouring, we're using the NYX contour palette that I just showed you. To be honest, I don't use the first row of that palette at all. Like, I use two colors. The light bronzing color, which I'm using now, and then the dark bronzer. The dark bronzer I only use in the summertime when I'm tanned, because it's actually a little too dark for me. But this light one, I love it. I use it on like a daily. Again, to contour, the easiest thing for me is you make the fishy face, and then any hollow points in your cheeks, you're gonna want to contour. Just don't go too far in to your face. You don't want to contour all the way up to your lip, where your lip starts. You don't want to do that. And since I have a big forehead, I always contour the sides of my forehead to kind of make it look smaller. And my jawbone, because a bitch got like 3 chins over here. I need all the help I could get to fucking hide that shit. And I used to contour my nose, but that's just like an extra step that I really don't feel like doing. I didn't show the blush that I used, but I did use a Colorpop blush, and I'll list it down below for you guys. Nothing crazy. And yeah, the Nicole Guerriero Glow palette is coming out to play. It is really nice though. Like, I saw a Jeffree Cosmetics video on the palette, and he gave some good tips. Like, he was saying how we should try to mix them, 2 colors together, or even 3. That's so daring. I want to try that. I didn't try it in this video, but next video I make, I'll definitely try it out. I love that idea. To mix 2 or 3 highlighters together. Living on the edge. That highlight is so fucking lit. It's blinding the camera. Here I go in with the whitest color of the highlight palette. I believe it's Ice Frost. Something like that. And I put it in my inner corner eyeshadow. I love the look it gave, actually. Looks really good. I don't highlight any other part of my face other than my cheekbones because I do like to have a matte finish to my face. I know a lot of people like to highlight their cupid's bow, their nose. I'd rather not. So I set my face with the Badescu Rose spray. I obviously ran out right now. And for the lips, I'm using, wow. I believe it's Nude Cosmetics. I'm not sure of the color. I'll link it down below. I felt like a nice little rosy pink matte lip would go perfectly with this bold green. Or even a nice nude, beigey nude, or some, lighter than this would go really great. So this is the finished product, the finished look. My St. Patrick's Day inspired green smoky eye. I loved making it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.
Put that in the washing machine.
I washed it with my brushes. Don't worry.
It looks dirty.
Well, it is dirty.